Hi everybody, this is Barry from Knitting for Love. In today's video I have a nice treat for you, is little ornament cookies. Now these cookies I've made, and I will put the pattern down below, but I will tell you what you need. Any beginner can make these little adorable cookies. As you can tell, they look really realistic, and they're ornaments, so you can hang them on your tree, give them as gifts. Just make sure people don't eat them because they are looking pretty good. Now, what you would need is some beige yarn. I'm using worsted weight yarn for this pattern. I used also size 6 knitting needles for this pattern. You can use whatever size you want. These cookies are kinda like the size of my palm, so they're pretty big. And you're going to make the front and back separate. You're going to need a tapestry needle, a big one. You'll need some yarn of your choosing, whatever color you would like to use. Now, these are very fluffy. They're like little tiny pillows. So I stuffed them with fiber fill. And if you're going to do like something like this one here is embroidered, so I didn't need any glue or anything for this one. And this one also is embroidered. But this one is not embroidered. I actually made the little candy canes with yarn and actually used fabric tack to glue them in place, and to hold them in place until the glue dried, I just had used my little box of straight pins to kind of tack them down in place, and that way until it dried I could just pull it right back out again. So then obviously you need a pair of scissors and your knitting needles in the yarn if you're choosing. Now, to make these, it's very simple. My instructions will be below, and you're going to make 2 of them. And this is what each one is going to should come out to look like. And leave a long tails for sewing, because I don't like a lot of edges. So leave the long tail for sewing. Now, how I sewed these together is I actually took the insides, faced it together, took the long tail, and the beeping you hear is my microwave going off, telling me the defrost is almost done for dinner. And anyway, and then I just whip stitched this around. That's all I did. I didn't do any fancy stitch work because you can't really tell. And again, this is a project for a beginner, so I just whip stitch this around. Not every stitch, just make sure that it's closed, and you'll have a cookie before you even know it. This pattern knits up very quickly. You will only need to use knit 2 together and make 1 stitch, and I have videos that are already uploaded for increasing and decreasing, so if you want to check that out before starting this project, please do so. That way you know what the make stitch looks like, and then knit 2 together, and SSK, which is slip slip knit, looks like, and that way you can make this cookie. And it's kind of round but not round, so but no cookie that you bake ever is perfect. I mean, we're not machines, and who likes a perfect cookie? I want my cookies lumpy sometimes, but they don't have to be perfectly round. So as you can tell, I'm not weaving in any ends. I'm just stitching it around, and I'm gonna keep going around until, and this is why I left a long tail at the finish when I bind off. And I also have a bind off video for those who need to check the bind off again. And I'm gonna do this kind of quick so we can make this cookie. Now you can make whatever design you want. I also use glitter, and in my case, I cheated a little. You could use glitter glue to make it stick. I think hairspray and some glitter will do, but it might fall off. So I cheated a little. I used nail polish with glitter in it. I used a makeup sponge. And basically, did I just sew that whole entire thing up? I did. I didn't leave an opening to stuff it with. That's Nice. Let me just take out some of my stitches here. I was busy just trying to make the cookie closed. So as you can tell, it's a whip stitch, and it will come out if I'm pulling on the right stitch, which I'm not. Oh, okay, there I go. I was pulling on the wrong stitch. So if you're like me and you forgot to stuff it before closing, just pull out your whip stitch. I have some fiber fill here. I'm going to stick this in here. Not a lot, depends on how plush you want your cookie. I want it squeezable, so I'm going to stuff a little bit at a time just so I don't get it all like clumped in one spot. And there. So it's all squishy, and now I can sew back up my ends because, well, I kind of sealed the poor guy before we got the stuff in. You know, it's a nice little cookie here. So now I'm going to seal him back up. I'm just going to stitch him back closed. And I'm not sewing a lot. And then when I go to end this, I'm just going to stick this through here and stick it all the way to the other side and squeeze, pull out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to snip it close. And that way the end goes right back in it. And I'm just going to do that same process with all the rest of these, because there's no, you can hide the stitches if you want before you sew it. Me personally, I'm just going to do it this way because it makes it easier and there's no cutting involved. And I'm going to pull it tight and then snip the end, and the end goes right back inside the cookie. If you have a short end, you can use a crochet hook and pull it through and just let it hang out inside. The strings will not come back out, so don't worry about that. And as you can tell, I am there. That one went right in. Here it is right here. So if too much of an end is sticking out, then I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to hide this one in. And then we get to make our design on our cookie once you finish this. And the design is all up to you. It's like, you know, when you're with your kids and you're decorating cookies, sugar cookies, they all don't come out alike. And it's fine. It's a Christmas cookie. And I'm just going to shape this the way I want it because it is a little plush, just like the rest of them. Now for me, I think I'm going to use white. And here goes my microwave again. And I've got some white yarn here. And what I've done with this one is I've embroidered it. And how I did that was, I think I'm going to make this one a star. So I'm going to take some thread, enough thread, and I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to choose whatever side I like to be my top. I think I like this side to be my top. So I'm going to take this and stick it in here like so. Place where I want my star to begin. Now I'm pulling this all the way through, so basically it will hide the end right in the cookie. And then basically I'm going to make my star. And obviously it's points, so basically you're going to do this as points. So I'm going to come over here, and you could either go up top or down to the side. I'm picking whichever way is easier or convenient, so I'm not tracing a bunch of thread through the cookie. Now for me, I'm going to put this right here, and I'm going to close that in, so now you see there's a triangle. And then we're going to cross it over, and I'm going to put this one down here, and you probably can just, you know, kind of freehand this. That's what I'm doing, and this is how our cookies end up looking like when we're baking them. Freehand it. You know, we only have one pastry chef in the house who can do this perfectly. We don't have multiples. So basically there. Now that's done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this point and I'm going to stick it in here. Pull it out through the other side. Pull it really nice and tight. There. And I've got me a little star on my cookie. And then I'm going to take another string of white. And I'm going to go around the edges. Now you could put glitter if you want. Like I did, or you don't have to. They look perfectly great without glitter. And again, I didn't hide anything, so basically I'm going to take this, stick it all the way through, come up on an end, and I'm just going to whip stitch around the end, and I'm not going to tie this off, as you can tell, and there it goes, gone. So basically now I'm going to whip stitch this around the edge to give it the little decorative edging. And I'm going to just face it this way because I like the angle. And I'm just going to whip stitch around the end to give it an icing effect, or you can do anything you want. It's all up to you. You can give little snowflakes by putting little white glitter, and that's it. So if you like in this video and you know somebody who wants to make these, again, they're a great gift if you want to make them for someone that you know. You can do that and they'll appreciate it. They'll love them. And you can write anything on them. If you're great with embroidery, you can write Merry Christmas across them, Happy Holidays across them. You know, you can write the year, somebody's name, I love you across them. And they will love them, you know. And again, the instructions for this will be below in the comment section. It is one of my own patterns. That's what takes me so long, is I'm not using pattern to do this. I'm actually creating it as I go. And I've made a couple just to make sure that this instructions can be followed by a beginner. And yeah, this is, you know, a very easy. It'll take you about a beginner should take about an hour to do one. Someone more experienced might be able to just, you know, whip them out in half an hour, 10-15 minutes. And so now I've got it all around the edge. And then you can see my yarn is in there, so I'm just going to poke it through the side. And that's it. We have another cookie that's already made. And again, if you want to put glitter on them, you can. If not, you can leave them like this, and you know, you can put a little hook at the top and Christmas ornament, or you can just lay them in a dish to be decorative on the edge of a table anywhere. It's a fun thing to do. So, you know, if you like and subscribe and enjoy, share my video. Happy holidays and happy knitting.